Food in India is never just about flavor. It is a living history and connections. To taste is to understand the very soul of this land. Traditional cooking is tuned to local biodiversity, utilizing climate-resilient grains and wild greens. Age-old fermentation supports gut health, preserving both food and ancestral wisdom. From sacred temple kitchen to indigenous hearths, food serves as a primary spiritual offering, fostering deep social bonds and festive joy. Traditional tools are the hand kitchens, terracotta, hand-hammered brass, and cast iron. They preserve art and enhance flavor.
In India, recipes are rarely written down. My grandmother taught me this when I was your age.
Come, let us cook and share our
This khichdi is absolutely delicious. Just what I needed.
Just what I needed.
I'm so glad it turned out well. During Hindu fasting festivals like Navratri, devotees prepare traditional palahar spreads. Sabudana Khichdi is a favorite dish, enjoyed during these sacred times.
During fasting days across the subcontinent, there is one dish that rules our tables, Sabudana Khichdi. We eat it with a sense of deep, ancient reverence, believing it to be a pure, indigenous offering fit for the gods. But as we often discover when unearthing our culinary history, what we assume to be ancient is sometimes surprisingly modern. The truth is, the star ingredient of this quintessential Indian fasting dish, the tapioca pod, has no roots in our ancient texts. It is a brilliant, accidental interloper. Today, we are going to trace the journey of a South American tuber that crossed oceans, survived a famine, and transformed into a cornerstone of Indian tradition.
Though considered an ancient tradition, many fasting ingredients are modern imports. Sago and peanuts traveled a long way, from South America to India.
To understand Sabudana, we must first look at cassava. Native to Brazil, this hardy tuber arrived on the Malabar coast through colonial trade routes, but was not an immediate success. Its true integration happened in the late 19th century out of sheer necessity. A devastating famine struck the kingdom of Travancore. The royal botanist and younger brother to the king, Visakham Thirunal, realized this foreign root could grow in poor soil and provide life-saving carbohydrates. To convince a skeptical public, the king mandated that tapioca be served as part of the royal meal. Almost overnight, the foreign cassava became kappa, the food that saved the kingdom.
As war rages across the globe, disruption hits the home front. Supplies of tapioca dry up, threatening vital food reserves.
While the tuber was eaten in the south, the pearled sabudana we know today was born from global conflict. Prior to the 1940s, India imported sago, a starch extracted from palm stems from Southeast Asia. But World War II brought imports to a grinding halt. Enter the entrepreneurs of Salem, Tamil Nadu. 1943, they looked at the abundant local tapioca roots and innovated. They extracted the starch, filtered it, rolled it into perfectly milky white spears, and roasted them. They created a localized manufactured pod that perfectly mimicked imported sago. Salem inadvertently birthed a booming industry. Once these manufactured pearls traveled north into Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. They met the regional genius of the Indian home cook. Because tapioca is a root starch and not a grain, it technically qualified as falahar, permissible food for religious fasting. But starch alone is a sticky, flavorless canvas. The cooks constructed a masterpiece of culinary architecture. They applied the concept of a khichdi, replacing rice and lentils with the balls. They added potatoes for bulk, tempered it with cumin and chilies for heat, and most importantly, they introduced crushed roasted peanuts. The peanuts absorb the excess moisture, keeping the pulse distinct while adding essential protein and a toasted crunch. The dish was entirely re-engineered.
Here is your fresh and hot Sabudana Khichdi. Enjoy!
Sabudana Khichdi is more than just a fasting food. It is a profound lesson in how cultures evolve. It demonstrates our remarkable ability to take a foreign plant, process it through an industrial crisis, and wrap it so tightly in our local spices and religious traditions that it becomes indistinguishable from our own heritage. It reminds us that tradition is not always something that has existed for millennia. Sometimes tradition is just an innovation that a culture decided to keep. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep exploring the stories hidden on your plate.